Welcome back, everyone. Today's story is about family shared space and what happens when personal beliefs collide under one roof. It starts as a simple weekend visit and turns into a quiet standoff over respect and boundaries. Nothing explosive, just one of those moments that makes you question what being accommodating really means. Let's listen.
So, my husband and I are both in our early 30s, and right now we're living with his parents. It's not exactly the dream setup, but it's practical. We're deep in debt, paying things down, trying to get back on our feet and save for our own place. His parents are in their 70s, and I help them around the house when I can. That weekend, they were expecting family from out of state, his older brother and his brother's wife. I'd seen my brother-in-law once before, years ago, but I'd never met his wife. The day before they arrived, I spent hours cleaning with my in-laws. Vacuumed carpets, wiped shelves, straightened picture frames. The house looked calm, comfortable, like it always does. They arrived the next afternoon. Almost immediately, I noticed his wife wasn't really settling in. She was looking around the living room, not rudely, but carefully, like something was bothering her. My in-laws are Catholic. There's a cross on the wall, a few small prayer decorations on the mantle. Nothing loud, nothing preachy, just part of their home. She finally said it out loud. Asked if we could take all of it down while they were visiting. The room went quiet. My father-in-law asked why. She said she didn't believe in any of it and didn't want to see religious symbols during her stay. She pointed directly at the cross and asked if it could be put away until they left.
I would say that's usually the moment when a visit stops feeling like a visit and starts feeling like a negotiation.
My mother-in-law looked genuinely hurt. Not angry at first, just surprised. Offended, honestly. I spoke up and said this wasn't really her place to ask something like that. This was their home. They weren't pushing anything on her. It was just how the house had always been. That's when she said they couldn't afford a hotel. And if the decorations stayed, they'd have to leave. It wasn't shouted. It was said calmly, like an ultimatum wrapped in politeness.
I think that's the line where a preference quietly turns into pressure.
As I was saying, my brother-in-law didn't say much. He looked uncomfortable, like he wanted to disappear into the floor. He tried to calm her down, told her to wait, to talk it through. But my mother-in-law wasn't going to be backed into a corner in her own house. She offered to lend them money for a hotel. That only made things more awkward. His wife asked again if we could just put everything away by the next day, just for the rest of their stay. We said no. Not harshly, not angrily, just no. My in-laws explained they liked their home the way it was. They weren't asking anyone to pray. No sermons. No conversations about faith unless someone brought it up. She was upset, said it was a simple request, and that good hosts should accommodate their guests.
I say, this is where the real conflict shows up between hospitality and self-respect.
After that, the visit never really recovered. They stayed at the hotel. Things were polite, but distant, like everyone was walking around something unsaid. Later, I kept thinking about it. About how far being considerate is supposed to go. About whether making someone comfortable should ever mean hiding parts of yourself or your home. We didn't try to change her beliefs. She didn't try to change ours. But asking us to erase something meaningful, even temporarily, didn't feel right. That's the end.
Personally, situations like this don't always come with a clear right or wrong. Sometimes it's just about where respect ends and boundaries begin. Thanks for listening. And if this story made you think, take a moment to reflect on how you'd handle it. We'll see you in the next one.